You know, next time I'm in Nashville, I know exactly who I'm calling in case I need backup anywhere I go. It's Forsberg. I'm obviously talking about Forsberg.
Get it?
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have a voice anymore after that clutch late third period goal by Forsberg to win the game, of course. Everybody's hands go up, way up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat their big brother of old, the Detroit Red Wings, by a score of 1-0 Saturday night inside Bridgestone Arena. UC Saros with probably the easiest shutout of his career. He only had to make 22 saves in this one, his third shutout of the season, as number 9, Philip Forsberg, comes in the clutch when this team needed someone to do it late, and the Preds have now extended their franchise record point streak to 5, 10, 15, 17 games, now sporting a record of 15-0-2 in that span. Second and final meeting between these two teams, unless of course they meet in the finals, but Detroit has to get there first, much to the contrary of how it used to be back in the old Central Division days when these teams would play 5-6 times a year. These two teams certainly acting like old division foes, as just a few minutes in, there's a ruckus in front of Alex Lyon's net. The refs finally break it up. Words and fists and pushing and shoving is exchanged, and the refs decide to settle things down by putting these teams 4-on-4. A lot of open ice both ways, but neither team is able to score before the 4-on-4 expires. First power play of the game goes to Detroit, about 7 minutes and change into the game, as Carey is the guilty party. Near the end of the penalty, Preds get a chance. Keith Sherwood shorthanded, but he is stopped by Lyon, and ultimately the Preds kill off the penalty. One of the most impressive parts of this point streak by the Preds is how strong their penalty kill has been. Another close call, about 8.5 into the game, but Saros comes up strong. Preds ice it at one point, and immediately off the faceoff are almost forced to ice it a second time, but fortunately are able to get a line change in to give the guys on the ice a well-needed rest. Then the Preds turn the tables and put the Red Wings under some duress. Simon Edvinsson of the Red Wings takes an interference call on Colton Sissons, giving the Preds a chance on a power play, and though they get some good looks, some good solid zone time, they can't convert. Close call, about 3 minutes left to go in the first period, as the Red Wings have a 2-on-1, but Saros is able to make a great save on a pass to Dylan Larkin. Jeff Petrie nearly takes Colton Sissons' head off as he boards him, and I'm thinking, okay, where's the call? The refs are letting a lot of things go in this game. Final seconds tick down, horn sounds, Preds with the slight edge in shots, but where it counts, this game is scoreless after 20. These two continue to trade chances through the first few minutes of the second period. The Red Wings desperate to clinch a playoff spot, and they're running out of games. The Preds just content to play strong, maybe keep the point streak intact, and make sure that Vegas doesn't catch them. Close call later as the Red Wings are buzzing in front of Saros' net. He gets down on his stomach, looking the long way into his net, but guess who comes up to bail out his goalie? The young kid who's working his butt off. He's come so far. Luke Evangelista gets the puck out of danger. Just short of 5 minutes into the second period, Cedar for the Red Wings must have said something and given Forsberg an extra shove, because all of a sudden, there along the glass, Philip Forsberg, in only his third fight of his career. I'm surprised I could even think that he had 2 other fights. And Moritz Cedar, in his first career fight, they're trading punches. It's firing up the Bridgestone faithful. And hey, come to think of it, who knew? For a Gordie Howe hat trick for Philip Forsberg to get, oh, he got the fighting done first. And hey, I don't know if you noticed, Phil Forsberg's longtime friend, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, he's in the suite, he's in the crowd, he's fired up seeing his body tussle. As I said, not Philip Forsberg's first fight. He had previously traded punches with Braden Shen, Luke's brother, and Jake Virtanen. Over 6.5 minutes into the middle frame, Jason Zucker goes off for tripping. And though the Red Wings looked strong, looked good, eventually, the best chance probably was in the last quarter of the power play. Veleno, but Saros stops him. It takes the Preds until halfway through the second period to record their first few shots online for that period. Red Wings performing much better. Preds not as well as they did in the first. The second shot that they had created forces Lyon to fall on his butt to get a face-off. Forsberg doing the little things, standing up, firing up his team of a fight, and then defending well with about 7.5 left to go in the second period. But can he create some offense? 5.5 left to go in the second period. Anthony Beauvillier looking to score his first goal since being traded to the Preds, but he's denied by Alex Lyon. Late in the second period, Roman Josi takes a penalty, forcing his boys to come to his defense. They buckle down, bail out their captain, kill off the penalty, and just after the penalty, Roman Josi and Colton Sissons on a 2-on-1, but are denied by Lyon. Preds getting closer and closer to maybe breaking through. And then, with just over a minute left, what do my eyes see in the Preds defensive zone? Luke Schenn playing defense, preventing an Alex DeBrincat chance? Oh my God! Final seconds tick down in the second period. Not the Preds' best period, bar none, during this point streak, but they don't allow the Red Wings to score, which is just as important as actually scoring, and we're still scoreless after 40 minutes. Huge third period. At first, I couldn't remember the last time the Preds were in a scoreless game heading into the third period, and then it hit me, oh yeah, that's right, the Islanders game. Preds with the first couple chances of either team through the first few minutes. This is followed up by a chance by Tyson Barrie looking to impress, but he's denied by Lyon. 5 minutes into the period now. Preds in transition. Ryan O'Reilly to Philip Forsberg, but he's denied by Alex Lyon, who somehow stopped it. Time continues to tick away. Nobody able to crack the other team's goalie. Luke Evangelista, just like he did on Tuesday, just under halfway through the third period, he tries to go backhand, but he can't get it on net. UC Saros makes a great save on Red Wings captain Dylan Larkin with about 9 minutes left to go in regulation. We're down to just over 7 minutes left to go in regulation. And channeling back to the Islanders game. Dare I say, next goal wins, even though the Islanders scored first in that one. Pray to the hockey gods that doesn't happen here, and we have to overcome a late deficit. But with just over 5 minutes left to go in regulation, a hero would finally answer the bell. Chaos in the Red Wings zone with just over 5 minutes left to go in regulation, like I said. Initially, Forsberg almost gets a chance. It's on the lineup. Ryan keeps it away. Red Wings try to clear it out. They can't. They keep the puck in. Roman Josi drives in through Red Wings defenders, gets it over to Philip Forsberg, receives it, and he uses Jeff Petrie as a partial screen. Alex Lyon does not see it coming. Roofs it. It's finally in. Preds break through. They have a 1-0 lead. And I have to give the Bridgestone faithful who are at this game in person a lot of credit. That has got to be the loudest, it's all your fault, it's all your fault chant I think I have ever heard for a regular season or playoff game. We're under 3 minutes left to go in regulation now. Preds Nation in attendance and at home, you sure can know are nervous because all it takes is one Red Wings shot to be pinpointed, go in the net, and we're all square at one again. Under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Red Wings keeping the Preds in their zone. Alex Lyon has been summoned to the Red Wings bench. Jason Zucker ices the puck. Yes, there's good and bad times to ice it. That was one of the good times because the Preds were under pressure. They can't change, but they can catch their breath. Under a minute left to go in regulation. Fans can feel it now. Preds take another icing, but after that, there's one period of time when the puck is kept behind Saros along the board to just kill the clock. Then under 20 seconds, then under 15, 10, Puck along the board again. Preds try to freeze it even though it's loose so the refs won't blow the whistle. And finally, horn sounds. Everyone can catch their breath. Point streak extended to 17 games as the Preds win a thriller Saturday afternoon into evening before the SEC playoff game for the Vols, which obviously turned out great as well. Preds win this one 1-0. Stop me if you've heard this before, Preds Nation, but during this active point streak that the Preds are on, this team just doesn't know the definition of quit. And in the third period, they turn it on, not turn it off. Scoreless after one, scoreless after two, not content to just play for overtime as this game edged closer and closer to the end of regulation. This team got another clutch third period goal. It was a member of the number one line, and the Preds point streak continues. And hey, they also extended their win streak now up to 5. And the other thing I have to give them credit for during this point streak is that their 15 wins have all come in regulation. That point streak that they were on, that this streak broke the franchise record for back during the President's Trophy season, some of those wins were in shootouts or in overtime. Nope, all of these were in the first 60 minutes. They didn't need extra time. And I've got a stat for you. After the Preds started the season 5-10-0, they have gone on a run of 37-15-4. That is a pace that if they had done that initially would have set them on a path to get 115 points. Too shy of the President's Trophy season. The Preds now have 2 full days off before the Vegas Golden Knights, the team trying to stay in the playoff hunt in wildcard spot number 2 behind the Preds, maybe take a sniff at possibly overtaking the Preds for wildcard spot number 1. Rest up and come ready to work on Tuesday along with the fans. Get your voices rested because that Vegas team that's coming to town on Tuesday, I can bet you wants nothing to do with the Vancouver Canucks, who they would be playing right now if the playoffs started at this point. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click a like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media as always by clicking on a channel name, where you can interact with me during every Preds game. Tell all your friends about redemption. And do we really have to wait 11 more games? Can we just start the playoffs right now while the Preds are on this hot streak on Monday, please?